Good morning. It is Monday, March 9th, 2026. This is your Deep Dive Daily Briefing. I am your anchor, delivering a comprehensive analysis of the pivotal events that have defined the last 24 hours. We begin our broadcast with a grave escalation in the Middle East that has effectively paralyzed one of the most critical maritime arteries in the world. Following intense military engagements between United States and Israeli forces against Iranian targets, the Strait of Hormuz has entered a state of effective closure. Reliable reports from maritime intelligence agencies confirm that shipping traffic through the strait has plummeted by over 80% as of this morning. At least 4 tankers have been struck by drone fire, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard has issued a public threat to target any vessel attempting the crossing. While United States Central Command reports it has neutralized several hostile naval assets, a psychological and physical blockade remains. Currently, over 150 ships, including those carrying vital crude oil and liquefied natural gas, remain at anchor outside the waterway, awaiting security clearance that may not arrive for days.
Transitioning from the front lines to the global economy, the narrative is being reshaped by a swift and aggressive pivot in United States trade policy. Following the landmark Supreme Court ruling that invalidated broad emergency tariff powers, the administration has moved with remarkable speed to restructure its protectionist framework. On February 24, the White House invoked Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974, implementing a flat 10% global surcharge on most imports, which has since been raised to 15% on certain categories to maintain economic leverage. This shift has produced a complex set of winners and losers. While nations like China and Brazil have actually seen their effective tariff rates decline from previous highs, traditional allies like the United Kingdom and Singapore are facing a new 15% floor on goods that previously entered with minimal duties. Economists warn that this policy whiplash is forcing global manufacturers to prioritize systemic resilience over cost optimization, as the trade-weighted average U.S. tariff rate now hovers near 13.2%.
In the realm of finance, all eyes remain on the fallout of what analysts are calling the AI hangover on Wall Street. Following NVIDIA's fourth-quarter earnings report, which saw a record revenue of $68.1 billion, the market's reaction has been unexpectedly volatile. NVIDIA shares suffered a $260 billion wipeout in a single session late last month, driven by fears that the massive infrastructure build-out by tech hyperscalers may be nearing its peak. However, the sentiment is not universally bearish. Late yesterday, major institutions including JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs recalibrated their forecasts, with JP Morgan raising its price target for NVIDIA to $265, citing the continued heat in the artificial intelligence engine. This tug-of-war between growth durability and market fatigue has created a high-stakes environment for institutional investors, who must now weigh record-breaking corporate buybacks against the dual pressures of sticky inflation and escalating geopolitical risk.
Turning our attention to the technology sector, the focus has shifted to the aftermath of Mobile World Congress 2026, which showcased the arrival of the agentic era. The world's largest mobile show was defined by a move toward AI-native 6G deployments and extreme hardware modularity. Qualcomm has unveiled its first modem ready for the 6G transition, featuring an integrated AI processor designed to autonomously manage data capacity. Meanwhile, the exhibition floor was dominated by robotics, with Honor officially launching its robot phone, featuring a miniature robotic arm, and Xiaomi showcasing its Vision Gran Turismo hypercar concept. Beyond these consumer marvels, the GSMA has unveiled the Open Telco AI Initiative, a global effort to accelerate telco-grade services. These advancements underscore a fundamental shift where artificial intelligence is no longer an add-on, but the core architectural foundation for the next generation of global connectivity.
Finally, we look at the logistics and supply chain networks that serve as the vital arteries of global commerce. The industry is currently managing the combined impact of the Hormuz closure and a significant surge in war risk surcharges. Major carriers including Maersk and Hapag-Lloyd have officially implemented surcharges ranging from $1,500 to $4,000 per container for cargo transiting the Arabian Gulf region. Logistics managers are warning that assembly plants in Europe and North America will begin to feel the effects of delayed Asian component shipments within the next 2 weeks. To mitigate these risks, the 2026 Global Trade Report indicates that 72% of trade professionals now prioritize resilience over inventory optimization.
Companies are rapidly adopting AI-assisted classification and real-time data analytics to navigate a landscape where supply chain reliability has become a core enterprise risk in an increasingly unpredictable world. That concludes our global briefing for today. Thank you for joining us.